Okay, let me get this out the way because I'll put up a video about secession and basically about this bullshit article that the Nation came out with from this idiot. But I want to say this for the record, just to make sure with folks, is that I'm an American because it's all I know. I have nothing to do with Europe. I have nothing to do with, China or Russia or any other country because I wasn't raised there. I was raised in this country. You know, I could pretend to be all sorts of things, but yeah. Well, Busher Jonggoran, as you would say. I'm not Chinese. That's basically what I say. Yeah. Well, Busher Jonggoran. Yeah. Je ne français. Yeah. Es ist nicht Deutsch. Or, yeah, or whichever, yeah. I'm not Russian. I'm none of these things, man. I'm an American because I'm a product of the American system. I don't want to repeat that point. I don't want to run away to some other country because I feel afraid because, of the strife or whatever, how bad it's going to get in the U.S. Ultimately, this is all I know. This is the only country I know. This is how I was raised, right? DMX or Nas, Eminem, or whichever, you want to say whatever degenerate hip hop music, that came out in the 90s and 2000s. That's, I'm a product of that. I just want to say that to the folks who think that running away from the U.S. when things get bad is going to make things better. No. The thing is that, the United States is going to have its day of reckoning. And, you can either run from it and pretend to live in a more, civilized country that's going to treat you right. Or you could just say, well, I'm going to stay in the country that I was born in and learn how to make do. That's what I'm going to do. Because I could try to run. It could be like that, like the song Little Duffel Bag Boy, right? Where it's like, I ain't never ran from a nigga, but I damn sure ain't about to pick the day to start running. Yeah. Because I ain't never ran from a nigga, and I damn sure ain't about to pick the day to start running. Get money. But that's how I feel. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to run. Whatever happens to this country, if secession does happen or if this country continues to fall apart, I'm going to find my way just like everyone else does. We see that the temperature is rising, that, $15 an hour minimum wage isn't coming. Potential war in Iran, more supporting of Syrian rebels, continued trade war with China. We see the problems. Anybody with a brain can see it. Anybody with, halfway bit of knowledge knows that these things aren't going to stop. The the whole, putting kids into camps isn't going to stop. It's not. It's not going to stop. But do we have the cojones to do something about it? That's the real question, isn't it? Or are we just going to go out there and continue to talk shit and do that? That doesn't mean I'm going to do anything right now. No, it doesn't. Because I'm broke and I have my own excuses. But, we're going to see, I think, a situation that was much worse than 1968 ever was. This idea that, the United States is some beacon of freedom is nonsense. Everybody knows it. I think that people will say, well, screw America, but, we don't want the economy to collapse. And, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think that I just want to make it known that I'm not waving the flag behind me and saying, I'm proud to be an American. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is that I'm a product of this system. And as much as I can try to be more progressive or be more socialist minded, I'm always going to think like an American.
She wanted in.
Okay, all right. Hello. All right. Oh man, you try to have quiet time, and anyway. But yeah, so anyway, let me finish this up by just saying, regardless of what happens, whatever does happen, I'm not going to say officially whether something's going to happen or not, and I don't embrace that. I'm not here to glorify that. We don't glorify violence. Nobody on YouTube does that. Nobody is glorifying violence or glorifying, as the socialists say, as the Marxist Leninists say, adventurism. No, I'm not engaging in that. What I am saying though is that whatever does happen, I'm gonna stay here and find my place. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get in where I fit in. And if you live in the United States as I do, you're gonna get in where you fit in, however you feel is right for you. That's all I'm saying. We could try to fool ourselves and say nothing's going to happen, or, everything's going to be okay, or whatever. But I'm just going to say is make your way through the world as you see fit. I'm not going to down you. I may disagree with you, but you're going to make your choices because you're a grown-up and that you're an adult. I know that sounds more individualist, but then again, I'm an American, so that's all we know is individualism, individualism, This is all we know. Our individual rights, right? That's what we know. So, yeah, it is what it is. And people are going to make their choices. And people are going to have their opinions about what should happen. And I can't predict the future. What I can say is that things are going to get rough one way or another. And that things will get very, very bad. And I'm not going to give any specifics. I think y'all can read between the lines on that. But things are going to happen in this country called the United States. And you could say that we're the imperial core or whatever. You could say that. And you could be right. What I will say, though, is that there are a lot of folks who didn't have a choice. And this is all they know. They don't particularly love the system, but this is all they know, right? There are folks that are, disabled now. And they can't move around the way they used to. So they can't just move back to wherever they came from. If they came from China, or if they came from Vietnam, or they came from wherever, or Korea, or whichever nation you want to call it, they didn't necessarily choose, but they felt that there was a better choice for them. I think that should be important to realize, But yeah, I think there's a lot more I could talk about, but I think that it's just me repeating myself. I think I've pretty much aired out my opinions, and I'm expanding on stuff I've said before. I am. I'm expanding on stuff that I've said before that I've gone back and forth on, swinging back like a pendulum. And I hope y'all can agree. and get some sort of solace out of this and some sort of, you know, that Uncle Thomas fool, he may be crazy, he may be schizo, and he talks about, he'll go on, these long rants and raves on stuff that has nothing to do with the subject. But you know what? He makes some good points. And if I can do that, then that's all that matters. To say, that crazy mofo has some points. And that's all I want. For y'all to say, daggum, that guy makes some good points. I don't have to agree with him 100%, but as I saw from a comment, I appreciate your honesty. And that's all I want. For you to appreciate my honesty and saying, look, this country has plenty of problems. And that, yeah, somebody's going to have to fix them. And it's not, it's a lot of it is empty rhetoric to say, yeah, we all need to fix this country. But we know that a lot of us say that, but then you'll say, well, actually, I've got a good business here, so I don't think I'm going to help you. But good luck with that. See ya. But we all have to, and we're going to probably have to be forced to change things. Now, force can mean a lot of different things. Once again, I'm not advocating anything. I'm just saying this is what could happen and should. But yeah, that is a cat. No? Okay. Anyway, I hope y'all take some solace from this. And if there's anything y'all disagree with me on, please say so. And please say, you are full of it. I always try to say this. If you think that I'm off base, or if I'm saying something that's wild and crazy, please say so and say, no, you're wrong on this, Uncle Thomas. You're wrong. And here's why. If you say that, please tell me. And we can have a conversation in the comments about it. Anyway, I think that's all I got to say. This is going on for 12 minutes. See you later. Goodbye. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Hopefully, though, it's not a complete retread of other stuff that I've said. I know my longtime subscribers are like, holy shit, we've heard this. But hopefully for some of the new folks, y'all can get an idea of how my mind works, which there's not much going on. But anyway, see you later. Goodbye.